Greetings and good day. This is Donnie with Tech Winter, and thank you so much for joining me today. Well, guys, the folks at Elephas recently reached out to me about their new mini projector. So, guys, we are here today to open this thing up, take a look at everything that's included in the package, and also put it to the test. So, without any further ado, let's dive in and let's take a look. So guys, if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you know that oftentimes I do have different vendors and suppliers that reach out to me asking me to test their products. And more often than not, I do say no. But if it's something that aligns with the channel and something that I might be personally interested in, I'm definitely willing to take a look. So guys, today the folks at Elephas reached out and they wanted me to test out this projector. And I've always wanted to have something like this, especially one that's small and portable, but pretty cost prohibitive. So today we're looking at one that's a little bit more budget friendly, especially if you're in like an outdoor camping scenario, or you just want to have something that's a large projector for a dark space. So today I'm just opening up this package. Just first impressions, I mean, this case, it's nice and sturdy, nice and durable. It's got a nice zip top. It's got a nice little handle that makes it easy to carry, and it's got like branding on the front of it. So very cool, very handy there. So just opening this thing up and looking at all of the contents that are inside of it as well. It does have a little user manual that's included in here inside this pocket. And then you've got some foam that's kind of holding it over. I did go ahead and open it up earlier, so the projector itself was wrapped inside this plastic packaging, but I've since removed that. So getting right into looking at the projector itself. So, I mean, you can see the size of this thing. It's not huge at all. Setting down that stuff for just a minute, just for reference, I mean, this is the size of like my Apple mouse. So from a height perspective, it's about the size of like my mouse. So, I mean, again, pretty impressive just from a size perspective. You know, first impression is just the durability of it. I mean, it's plastic, but it doesn't feel like cheap plastic. It does feel nice and sturdy. It's got some button controls on here, nice rubber buttons, including power. This does have its own included battery, which they claim does last for 2.5 hours. Back has 3 different ports on it. It has a standard USB-A port, which can be used to plug in a device, or a thumb drive that you could use that could have media already stored on it. It also has USB-C, which is just for power. There is a power cord and a power adapter that's also provided inside the package for charging this, just to keep that internal battery topped off. And then, of course, it has an HDMI port on it as well. Headphone out jack that you could use. It does have its own internal speaker. And then just kind of looking at that lens there as well. It's very small, and it does have some focus adjustment, manual focus adjustment you could do on the side. It does have its own built-in keystone adjustment that it will do, so it's nice that that has that built in. It also, on the bottom, does have just a standard tripod mount as well, so nice and sturdy there. It does have this little kickstand that's built into the bottom too, so if you wanted to just have this like sitting on a table, you could totally do that. So just looking at some of the other contents that are inside this package, it does come with its own remote, which is super handy. Did they include batteries? They did not include batteries with it. Just something to take note of. Batteries are not included for the remote control. It looks like those are 2 AAAs. Other things included in the packaging, there is a USB-C cable, which I've already unwrapped. Also this power brick. This does support 12 volts, which just in some of my limited testing I've done thus far, it seems like that's what it wants to draw as far as charging is concerned. So, but it is nice just to have another USB-C power brick in my arsenal now. Super handy. And then also I like they've got some other things that are strapped down in here, which you can keep nice and snug and secure. It's got its own little tripod that you could use just to mount to the bottom of that, which again, super handy to have. And I do appreciate that they do put a HDMI cable inside that packaging as well. So hey guys, for the remainder of this video, I wanted to just give you a demonstration of the projector itself. I've got it set up on a tripod. And again, just for reference, I'm gonna show you here, basically that size of that mouse there, just sitting on top of it. So, I mean, from a thickness perspective, I mean, this thing, it's really no thicker than the Apple mouse. I actually did just get a tape measure out. It looks like it's just over 3/4 inches thick. And right now I have it sitting here near the wall, just to measure how far it is right now. It's approximately 68 inches from the wall, just to give you kind of the diagonal. It's projecting right at 64 inches right now. Now, I'm in my office and I do have the lights dimmed at the moment, but I don't have them completely off. So I just want to kind of turn those off completely just to give you a sampling. This is in complete and total darkness. Incredibly bright, and it's doing a decent job of itself just illuminating the room, but just kind of give you a taste with the lights dimmed. So I've got my accent lights on. My overhead light is basically down to 1%. So still a little bit of brightness in the room, but just kind of talking through some of the different settings and inputs that you can use for this. So it does have what they brand as a screencast mode, which also does support Apple AirPlay. So I'm just kind of going down to that using the controls that are on top of the projector. So they call it iOS Cast, but I'm going to try doing some AirPlay from my iPad just to see if I'm able to get that to work. As you can see here, totally working just with AirPlay. So just kind of pulling up our channel here and recent video with Ring Car Cam.
Greetings and good day, this is Donnie with Tech Winner. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well guys, last month Ring announced at CES 2023 that the Ring Car Cam, I've been testing this thing out. So today we're going to talk about the good, all of the maybe growth opportunities, and I want to show you as much real-time footage as I...
Folks, as you can see there, the AirPlay itself does work, but I had a hard time getting the audio and the video to actually be synced. So we're also just going to give this test of plugging in to the HDMI to see if we get a better result. So guys, one thing to be aware of, the HDMI cable itself looks like it's about a 3-foot cable, so relatively short. So just something to be aware of. The one that comes with it is relatively short. Now for this test, I'm just plugging it into a laptop that I have nearby. That does seem to have connected almost immediately. So guys, with this plugged in now, we're just going to try to do the same test of playing the same video.
It's 2023 that the Ring Car Cam is finally here. And ladies and gentlemen, as of the posting of this video, it has been now released. And Ring was gracious enough to send me one a little bit early. So for the last week, I've been testing this thing out. So today, we're going to talk about the good, all of the maybe growth opportunities, and I want to show you as much real-time footage as I possibly can. So without any further ado...
So guys, just looking at the picture quality on this, it's not terrible. I mean, the color could be a little bit more accurate in my opinion. My tones look far more red than they should, at least looking at this in person versus what you're able to see on the camera capture that we've got here from iPhone. But for the size projector that this is, and the fact that it's running on battery right now to produce this, I'm actually quite impressed with what it's able to accomplish. Now, while the AirPlay itself had a hard time staying synced up, using this with HDMI seems to be far more solid of an experience. And the nice thing about this is you can adjust this, and if you want to make the screen that it's presenting bigger, obviously you move the projector farther away from the surface that it's shining on, and you can definitely get a larger picture. But the further you get away from it, the darker that image will be. So you definitely want to only consider doing that in a very dark environment.
If you haven't already, I'd ask you to consider liking and subscribing and sharing this content. It helps the YouTube algorithm, helps more people know about the...
So guys, I'm muting that video for just a second, but the quality of the sound that comes out of that, the speaker's not super great. The volume is decent. I do like that it does have that headphone jack. You could do an output to external speakers. If this is something you were trying to do like a movie night outdoors, that's something you would definitely want to do. But in a small space like I have here, the audio I would say is adequate.
Everything is packed very neatly, very tidy, and just first impressions when I opened this thing up.
I do like that it has a manual focus capability. One thing to be mindful of with this product, while it does show 1080p in the title of the product on Amazon, it looks like it receives a 1080p signal. However, the actual resolution of this is 480p, the best that I can tell. Also looking at the comments, it looks like other purchasers have really validated that. And just looking at this image, I would say that this is not anywhere near a high definition quality image that I'm seeing. So something to be aware of. So taking a look at that price on Amazon, yes, right now it is available at $299, but also it does have a $90 off coupon. So as of right now, it is available for $209. Looking at just some other comparables that are out there in that $200 to $300 price range, this is from a compact design, a great package for you to consider, especially compared to something like a Samsung portable small compact projector like this that's almost double that price. Now, what you do get with something that's double that price is something that's going to be full HD, whereas this is more of a 480p image. But if you're considering something for like a movie night, I totally think this would fit the bill. And yes, I don't know what I was doing with my face right there. So guys, springtime's coming, summer's coming, great time to have some movie nights, and this is totally something that I would consider checking out and something that I look forward to using outdoors when the time comes. So guys, I'll put a link in the description. Go check out this product. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, I'd ask you to consider liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification so that you're always staying up to date with new content as it's uploaded. But for now, I'm Donnie with Tech Winner, helping you make winning decisions when it comes to your tech. You guys have a great day.